In 1966, Bell Laboratory engineers partnered with artists to create a series of experimental performances. Today, that very fusion between art and technology and the questions surrounding creativity is something that is more important than ever. My name is Reeb Swan. My speciality is to pair voice with technology. I've spent my life learning how far I can push the musical instrument that is my voice. Working in collaboration with Nokia Bell Labs, now I'm going on a journey of discovery across the world to understand more about this art form and how it's inspiring communities, scientists, and engineers alike.
Being alive means paying attention to the artists, the engineers that are trying to say something.
I've always been obsessed with trying to understand what I do as much as possible. It's so important to mix creativity with science. It allows you to learn things that otherwise would be completely inaccessible.
I'm at Harvard University, which is an unexpected twist. So I've been invited here as part of a Learning Through Performance program to come and be in residence.
After we had some successful beatboxing events, we wanted to push it a little bit farther and have a more extended week-long residency. And so when we were looking at beatboxers, I immediately thought that we need to reach out to Harry because he's an expert beatboxer, but he also has that analytical side to him that really breaks down what it is to be a beatboxer.
Beatboxing, the term sells it short. It's not just the backing of something. There are elements to this that are to be explored, and it's you guys that are at the forefront of it. The idea is you're developing this palette, you're developing these sounds. The more you deconstruct, the more parts you have, and the more parts you have, the more moving interaction you can have between the parts.
I've been showing that you can break sounds down, showing that you can divide them. And there's a system that I've always used. And coming to Harvard, I wanted to adapt that and do an artistic interpretation.
Hi, I'm Chihuahua, and this is my special sound.
I've been creating artwork from the 150 videos sent to me from all around the world with people that have unique sounds.
I call it Chihuahua sound.
That's hilarious.
All you have to do is just...
I never thought I would be in this specific context, like in Harvard. And I guess I do have a grudge with the education system. When I was 9, I was labeled with ADD and dyslexia. My teachers made me feel like I couldn't pay attention to things and that I was obsessive. I couldn't sit down in class and I couldn't do certain tasks. And that was what I really focused on in my when I was 11, 12. I thought, if what your teachers think of you really defines you.
To your surrounding. But what isn't discussed that often is a lot of the professionals I know to this day and some of the most high-achieving specialists have ADD. They're not mentioning this other side of it, this ability to fall in love with a subject or a specialism so much that not only are you focused on it, you are hyper-focused.
As a teacher, I want to say thank you because a lot of what you said resonated with me about what I know about some of my students that have been labeled as ADD and ADHD.
What we learn from ADD is to listen to your passion. No one has the right to take that away from you.
Be passionate about it. Explore further than just entertainment, because it's not entertainment, it's you. It's your voice and your mind. It's all there.
This has been one of the best weeks of my career. To be invited into one of the most respected universities in the world, to be myself, is a huge, huge moment. I've got a checklist now of the top academic institutions to go around and show the world that there is another way.
We're about to head into UCL Neurology Department to meet Professor Sophie Scott. Sophie Scott is a person that I met after I had just won the UK Beatbox Championships. And the first thing she said to me was, "I want your brain." That was the beginning of a journey collaborating with UCL, investigating my brain and how it works whilst I perform.
Hello. Hi, how you doing?
Hello.
And I understand you've got some new stuff to show me. I'm very excited.
Yes, yeah. I've actually a few different techniques as well from stuff you've seen before. I'm curious to actually experiment a little bit.
I'm a cognitive neuroscientist and I'm particularly interested in how our brains deal with communication, and particularly with our voices. Our voices are more than speech, and our voices are musical instruments, and our voices convey emotion and identity and all this kind of social information as well as speaking. I used to say that human voice is the most complex sound in nature, and then Harry made me realise that we are doing the bare minimum with our voices when we talk to each other, and they're capable of so much more. So we've done a few different investigations of Harry's voice. One of them is looking at actually how he uses his breathing. Harry can make multiple sources of sound at any one time, and according to traditional phonetics, we're not supposed to be able to do that.
How does it compare to like normal speaking?
It doesn't look like a physiological movement of an actual large bit of body, which is your chest, so it's quite extraordinary. I had no idea that could go so quickly. And it's made me realise that there's just so much more possibilities for this instrument, and almost every direction in which you do something with your voice kind of rolls out this new front of things I didn't think were possible.
Okay, so I'm going to set off the scans now. They're 45 seconds. All right, here we go.
Absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much.
My head moved a little bit there.
That's absolutely okay. I think it's time to get you out. Thank you so much. It was sort of going like...
Thank you.
It's my pleasure.
Just how big this one is.
That will never not be strange.
Look at it. There's this thing you were doing with your tongue. I mean, we need to look at it again properly, but it was really, I've not seen anything like it. It was kind of sticking up in the middle of your mouth. So
I know what that is.
You weren't just creating space in the front, you're doing it behind. Right?
Yeah. How does it compare to like a normal scan?
Even if somebody's speaking a completely different language, you can see stuff that looks consistently the same as someone singing or they're rapping. And then as soon as you go into something like beatboxing, it's like all the constraints are off. I've learnt as much from working with Harry as I have done from reading papers, because it always helps me reframe what I thought I was looking at. And maybe beatboxing is giving us some glimpse into this use of the human voice that might well have been something that predated language.
What this experience is teaching me is that beatboxing has the potential to reach further and even allow people to accomplish things they never thought possible. And I started to think that there must be other people out there who can benefit from this use of music as self-expression.